Hello, welcome to Computer Tech and More. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Shroud edition of the Logitech G303. And I'm going to be comparing against my current gaming mouse, which is the Razer Basilisk Ultra, and a couple other mice I have around my house. They're not gaming specific, but it gives you an idea of the kind of mouse that I like in terms of the fit in my hand, to see if maybe this might be a good fit for you. Before we get into it, I did take up the plastic off, but let's do a box explore. So obviously Logitech Play to Win, that is their marketing. So it's got the Hero 25K sensor, which is what they use in a lot of their high-end gaming mice. Zero filtering, smoothing, accelerating, 75 grams. Picture of the mouse. All right, let's open it up. So at this time, I do want to note that they do have like a regular edition of this mouse, and Shroud must be a pro gamer. I'm sorry, I don't follow pro gamers. So this is his edition of the mouse. It looks exactly like the regular one. So yada, yada, yada. I just kind of liked the way this one looked overall, which is why I picked it. Not because I follow any particular gamer, so I know nothing about him. I just want to say that before, if he's no longer fashionable or something. Well, there's the mouse. There's how it connects. Yada, yada, yada. We got a big sticker, if you like that. And there's the mouse. Wow. This is much lighter than my Razer mouse. Yeah, the Razer has a compartment right there. Okay, let's do a quick. Alrighty then. It does have a USB-C. So this should be able to work in a wired mode. It's got a micro, just saying. But so that's USB-C. It's nice to see USB-C. And then it's got its wireless dongle. That is USB-C as well. Let's see. Battery life is rated at 140 hours, 5 minutes to charge. It gets you 2.5 hours of playtime. So one downside I'm instantly seeing about this mouse is you can't just charge it up. So my Razer mouse will charge via the contacts on the bottom, and I'm looking to see if this has their Logitech's wireless charging tech built into it. I think I'm going to have to revisit that. I don't see any information, which is kind of a downer, because it means that you would need to plug it in to charge and can't just use, you might need a secondary cable to charge it up. But let's go ahead and plug it into a computer and see what's what. All right, this is the Logitech software for the mouse. You just click on your device, and you're greeted with the mouse name and your DPI speed. So for sake of comparison's sake, I'm setting it to 3000, which is what I use on my Razer mouse. Just keep everything consistent as I compare these two. And you click on this button. You can select assignment, so this will cycle your DPI settings. So if you really want to set up, you could set up a bunch of different profiles to have more, basically pixels per inch, so dots per inch, that's what DPI is, so that you can increase your accuracy. So for like a sniper, you would have it really tight, so you just get really minor movements, but I would get wrist strain if I have it too tight, so I like it around 3000 for 1440p and 4K. On 1080p, I think I'm at like 2000, just for my own preference. And then over here, we have what says, choose how often your mouse reports information to your computer. So the more it reports, so that's its polling speed, the faster it'll drain the battery. So if you are needing to save your battery, you could move it over here to like 250, which would be fine for like office work, or 500 to save a little bit more. But if you're just gaming whatnot, 1000 is really what you want to be on. And you could probably change what this does and change it to its polling rate. So if you wanted that. And down here it has a couple different modes, from default to G shift. I clicked on it, they looked exactly the same. So take that for what you will. Over here you can say what different commands are, the action keys, actions, macros. system, whatever you want to play around with, but I guess this is just the primary thing, and it's nice, simple, and whatnot. There's no RGB on this mouse, which doesn't really matter because your hand is covering it. All right, let's game, I guess. Well, I guess before we actually game, I want to talk about what other mice I own while I'm taking a look at this G303. Obviously, I stated the Razer Basilisk Ultimate. I have so the specs of the Razer Ultimate uses their hyperspeed wireless as opposed to lightspeed wireless. It is a 20K DPI sensor, so obviously way more than enough. 25, 20, very similar overall. It weighs 170 grams as opposed to 75, so it is substantially heavier, which I did note before. And its pulling rate is 1000, which is the same as the Logitech right there. I also previously had taken a look at the Logitech G Pro. I did not like the feel of the mouse in my hand. It effectively has the same kind of sensor, the Hero 25000. So take that for what you will. Just we all have our own preferences for hand fit. This is the way I hold the mouse. So my hand is like a men's medium, so just as a reference. So yeah, that's the way I basically hold the mouse. So I have a little bit of gap at the back. I'm not generally doing full paw like that, which is how I need to actually hold it to get at this trigger. I'm generally placed a bit further back, and this triggers, I need to shift up. This is my usual kind of office-ish mouse, and it is a Logitech 720 Triathlon, 1000 dots per inch, and it is sufficient for 2K monitor, or not really 2K, I should say 1440p. Whoops, switch between multiple computers, back and forward. I like the scroll wheel, and I can switch that between easy and clicking. I can change the resistance on this. That is something that this mouse is just straight up missing. It is actually pretty hard to roll. In terms of its, so it's got, these are pretty full body mice. Hand fits in there pretty fully. So in terms of fit in the hand, with this Logitech, your hand is pretty much, so here my thumb is basically supported. This one, my thumb is definitely dragging on the mat, so there is a difference there. So the Razer Basilisk is normally $170, but currently it is on sale, well, at time of filming. Not sure if this will make it out in time, for like $69. This is a $100 mouse, the Logitech G303, so there is a real difference in price. So my general recommendation for picking out a mouse is to buy a bunch that reviewers tend to like and test out the way they feel. To me, it feels okay. My hand does not feel as well. Where do I'd probably put my hand here. I wouldn't do full claw. Hand feels very unsupported. And then my hand is like this. So it's not quite, you know, that good, but it is okay. So now that all that is said, let's go ahead and jump and see how it does gaming wise. We're going to be testing it out both, actually we're going to just do it wirelessly because that's honestly how you're probably going to be using it. So wireless, let's do it. So while the game is loading, the way things are going to go, I've got my normal gaming mouse over here, and I've got the G303 right there, and I'm going to be bouncing forth between them. They have the same pulling rate of 1000, same dots per inch of 3000, which is my preferred level for my 4K monitor, and we're going to just play Black Mesa and see what's up. We're going to use the G303 first. Feels nice and responsive. Okay, we got some hostiles up there. Oh, I got a head crab jumping at me. Boom. Okay, now that I randomly took a lot of life, Okay, let's try the other mouse. Feels just as responsive, I would say. The one nice thing with my, of course, more expensive mouse is that I have that little button right there that I can slow down and take more accurate aim, but overall it's fine. Of course, I can push the center button on it, and what the heck is, oh, and slow down my dots per inch that way. Oh, they can see me right there. Ha ha ha, I'm taking extra damage. Choo, okay, running away. What the heck is shooting at me? Running away. Hello, scientists. Oh, good, I got some health. Am I recording again? Yes, I am. Okay. So, it's fine. I will say the comfort is not as good as my Basilisk Ultimate, but it is certainly fine. I don't really like the fact that my thumb is dragging along the mouse pad. I do like the extra support. The hand fit on the mouse is not quite as good because it's not as sculpted a shape. Now, I perhaps could get used to it, but just right off the bat, right here at the very beginning, it just is causing a little bit of extra pain in the hand. Not an excruciatingly large amount, but it's certainly there, in my opinion. But responsiveness feels great. So, I guess conclusion time. It feels like a pretty good mouse. It's well reviewed. Logitech is known for their mice. The software seems pretty light overall, and once you close it, it should do just fine. It's got no RGB, it's no frills overall. $100, a little bit steep, not too bad. And the screaming was my 3-year-old watching Paw Patrol. So, we got that in the background. But yeah, overall, I think it's a fine mouse. I'd say you could give it a try and probably not have buyer's remorse. But I can say that this mouse is probably not for me. Alright, with that, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you for watching it, and I'll see you next time here on Computer Tech and More.